What's happening, music and mental health family? I'm taking my walk, getting my steps in, but also my primary purpose is to test my new USB mic because I know that depending on the audio on the phone has not been serving, because I've listened back to some of the videos that I've done, some of the live videos that I've done with my phone, and the math hasn't been mathing on the audio. So I will let y'all tell me whether it sounds clear. And I'm basically going to just think of a topic that I can talk about for a little bit for this test. Let me think. So the topic I'm going to talk about right now is positivity is a choice. I remember when I was growing up in school. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Danny. I remember when I was growing up, I had this one teacher, my first grade teacher, and we, the students, used to make fun of her because she was always walking around smiling. And she was probably around my age, my current age. She was probably around that at that time, like mid to late 30s or something. She's always walking around with this big smile on her face. By the way, let me show y'all the fall. We got some nice fall colors outside. I love the fall, especially this year. We've kind of gotten more of a fall than other years, so fall colors are my favorite. Fall is my favorite in general. But we used to think that teacher was on something, because even back then, I had more of a range of emotions than her. Sometimes I was happy, sometimes I was sad, sometimes I was angry. But she always looked happy. But something that I have realized now as an adult is that as you get older, as this car is trying to run me over, as you get older, there's a lot of things, there's a lot more things that happen over the course of your life that can make you unhappy, that can make you depressed, that can make you sad, bitter. Whatever it is. And to be positive and to be smiling and to be somebody who doesn't let all the things that are happening in the world impact you to where now you are angry, bitter, bringing people down, tearing people down. It's a choice. It's not a natural thing. I always say this stat, and I believe this is a true stat, that 80% of our subconscious thoughts are negative. I read in a book one day, I've read so many books that sometimes now I have a hard time figuring out which book that I have heard it in or read it in. But I believe the book was The Power of Now. And it was like, nobody ever sat around and just subconsciously thought of all the good things that could potentially happen to them. I mean, sometimes you might be in a good mood, and your good mood might have you thinking of good things that you want to happen to you or good things that you think can happen to you. But generally, if you are not guiding your thoughts are guiding you into negative spaces. So me, for an example, I always put positivity out into the world, but I was just thinking to myself, oh, look at this cat hiding under the car. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, for myself personally, I know that I can get into these spaces and time periods where I am not guiding my thinking, and then everything is like thinking of myself as a failure and thinking about all the different things that I have tried in my life that haven't worked out, all the different things I've wanted to do and maybe failed at those things. And then I have to catch myself and say, you know what? A couple of things. Number one, I'm still here. That's one of my affirmations that I say to myself, is that no matter what I think I could have, should have, or would have done, as long as I'm still here, I still have another opportunity to do that. I still have another opportunity to accomplish that. The story is not finished yet until the book is closed. And I'm not going to know when the book is closed. So I have to live as if the book is always going to be open. So circling back to what I was saying about that teacher, I now realize, I mean, I know nothing about her life. It's intriguing for me to learn about people's lives, because the people that I grew up around, there's many of them that I knew little to nothing about. It was like they just showed up at school or wherever I saw them at, the barbershop, the church. I was there, they were there. I didn't think about their parallel lives that they were living in whatever home setting that they had, the struggles that they were going through. But it takes a superhuman person, really, to experience all of the tough things that we go through in life and to still keep smiling, to still give people a word of encouragement. We have a lot of stray cats in my neighborhood, by the way. We have a lot of cats, but it seems like they are always well fed. I've not seen a cat in this neighborhood that does not look like it's pretty well fed. Yeah, so I know that that person was choosing every day, because I could wake up every day and choose violence. And what I mean by that is, when you go throughout the course of your day, honestly, more bad things happen than good. And that might sound like a negative thing to say, but it's not because I'm trying to be negative by saying that. It's that if you think of all the little things that happen throughout a day, you have to think harder about the good things that happen. The other things are more in your face. You drop your phone, you crack the screen, your car breaks down, you had to spend money to fix it and to pay for a tow. You got reprimanded at work. You got called into your kid's school to meet with the principal because they did something bad. You know, those things are just always there. You're always going to be able to find those things. I remember actually when I was working with my life coach, Shar, she had an exercise that I had to do every day while I was working with her, which was, I don't remember the exact format, but basically it was to think about like a couple of positive moments that you were grateful for. Basically gratefulness. Think about a few things that happened in your day that you were grateful for. And I actually remember when I first started doing the exercise, it was so difficult because I would sit down and be overshadowed and overwhelmed with all the other things that were happening that were bad, that I was like, what is a good thing that happened to me, honestly? And I'm going to wrap this up here, because then I'm going to listen to the video back and see how the sound quality is for me. Yeah, so when I started doing that exercise, I would sit down struggling to think of the good things. And then after a while, it became second nature, because it's actually a training of your mind to automatically start to calibrate towards those positive things instead of all the little negative things that we usually think about. And I'm going to end this here. I hope everyone has a great day. Let me know in the comments whether the mic has worked well. I want to get feedback on how the mic sounds, because that was my main reason on jumping on and doing this. And I'm sure that I got another video or two to get to today after I'm done with all my other tasks. And yeah, because right now I'm basically not tied to exclusively only doing Big Brother stuff, because of Big Brother mostly being off until the reindeer games, which is going to be short. But I'm figuring out my new live schedule. And yeah, I'm gonna have something for that. And I'll talk to y'all soon.